It's a beautiful 6-point snowflake with a flower in the middle. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a snowflake. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 3. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to start with a base ring. So for a base ring, you want to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to close this ring by doing a slip stitch into the very first chain that you just made. So into that first chain, we insert our hook, grab the yarn and pull through to close it off. And now we're going to be working into the center of that ring. So for row 1, we're going to start with a chain 1. And into the ring, we're going to work the following combination 6 times. So we're going to do a single crochet and a chain 2. And that was my first time. Second time, single crochet and a chain 2. So I'm going to do this a total of 6 times. I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished my 6th repetition. And so now to finish off this row, we're going to do a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the row. So we can go ahead and find that first single crochet and do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 1. For row 2, we're going to start with a chain 1. And into each of the chain 2 spaces, we're going to work the following. First of all, let's identify that chain space. So it's between the single crochets, that chain 2. Into there, we're going to do 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Then a half double crochet. Then 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then 1 half double crochet. And then 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And that's the repetition you want. So essentially into each of the chain 2 spaces between the single crochets, you're going to do that, which is like a little petal. I'm going to do it one more time with you. Into the next chain 2 space, 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. A half double crochet. 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now a half double crochet. And now 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And that's my second petal. So do this all the way around to the chain spaces and I'll see you when you're done. All right, so I just went all the way around into the chain 2 spaces with the repetitions, and basically you have 5 petals. To finish off this row, you want to do a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the row. So into there, just a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 2. For row 3, we want to start basically positioned at the second double crochet of the repetition. So we're going to do slip stitches until we get to that one. So you want to do a slip stitch into the next stitch, which is your next single crochet. A slip stitch into the next stitch, which is your half double crochet. Into the first double crochet, a slip stitch. And now into the next stitch, which is the middle double crochet of the petal, a slip stitch. And that's where we want to start. So we're going to start this row by doing a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this counts as a double crochet. Now into the same stitch, we want to do 4 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, all into the same stitch. And now we can start the row repeat. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do 5 double crochets into the center double crochet of the next petal. So essentially we go to our next petal, we identify the middle double crochet, and into there we do 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's the row repeat. We're going to chain 3 and then do 5 double crochets into the next center double crochet of the next petal. So do this all the way around into each petal, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just did the repetition all the way around. So to finish off, we're going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to work a slip stitch into the third of the first chain 3. So this chain 3 here into the top of it, basically you do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 3. For row 4, we're going to slip stitch to the center double crochet. So of this fan basically of double crochets, we want to be in the middle of it. So we're going to slip stitch into this next stitch and then slip stitch into the next one, and that is the middle double crochet of the group. So from here we're going to start. We're going to do a chain 1, and into the same stitch we're going to work 1 single crochet, a chain 7, and 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet, chain 7, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then into the same stitch just a single crochet. And now we want to start the row repeat. You're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you're going to skip 4 double crochets, and into the next one you're going to do the following repetition. So basically we skip 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th double crochet here. You're going to do a single crochet, a chain 7, and then into the same stitch a single crochet. And that ends the row repeat. We can go back to the beginning of it. I'll do it one more time with you. The row repeat starts at a chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we skip 4 double crochets. So you skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the last one basically we do a single crochet, a chain 7, and into the same stitch a single crochet. So do this all the way around. I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just did my last repetition here. So to finish off this row, we want to do a chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you want to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. So into this first single crochet there, a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 4. For row 5, we're going to do a slip stitch to the 4th chain of the chain 7 loop. So this loop here, we want to slip stitch until the 4th chain. So let's do that. We find the first chain and do a slip stitch. Then second chain, slip stitch, third chain, slip stitch, and now 4th chain, slip stitch. So now we're at the 4th chain, which is kind of the top of the peak. And we're starting row 5 by doing a chain 1. And then into the same stitch here, into that same chain, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 7, and single crochet. So into the same chain, single crochet, chain 7, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and into the same stitch or chain a single crochet. There we go. Now we can start the row repeat. We're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then into the 4th chain of the next chain 7 loop, we're going to do the combination of 1 single crochet, chain 7, and 1 single crochet. So basically we identify the next loop, which is this one here, and into the fourth chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Into there we do a single crochet, chain 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and into the same chain a single crochet. And that's going to give us that new loop there, and that ends the row repeat. So we can go back to the beginning of it by chaining 10 and then doing the single crochet, chain 7, single crochet into the fourth chain of every one of the loops. So do this all the way around. I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just went into the very last loop and created another loop on top of it. And so now to finish off this row, we want to do a chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we want to do a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the row. So into this single crochet here, a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 5. And now we're moving on to our last row, which is row 6. So we want to do a slip stitch to get to the fourth chain of the first loop. So we go into the first chain and do a slip stitch. Second chain, slip stitch. Third chain, slip stitch. Fourth chain, slip stitch. So from this point, we're going to start row 6. Into it, we want to chain 1. And then into the same chain, we're going to do the following. You're going to do a single crochet, a chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to do one slip stitch into this same chain here. So insert our hook and just do a slip stitch. And now we want to do that again. We're going to, after the slip stitch here, we want to do a chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you want to do a slip stitch. Now we're going to do another chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now into the same chain, a single crochet. And I'll show you what you made here. Basically, you made like 3 little peaks that kind of look like half of a flower into the top of the loop. Now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to chain 12. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And into the next loop, so let me just unfold this. So into the next loop of the snowflake, this one here, into the fourth chain, we're going to work the following. So we identify the fourth chain, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into here, we're going to do a single crochet, a chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the following combination 2 times. So a slip stitch into the same chain and a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you want to do a second time. So the second time, slip stitch and a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to do a single crochet into the very same chain. And that ends the row repeat. So let me just verbalize again where the row repeat starts. So it starts with a chain 12 and then into the fourth chain of the next loop. Into there, we're going to work the following: a single crochet, chain 6, then the following repetition 2 times. Slip stitch, chain 6, slip stitch, chain 6, and then a single crochet, which will create this like half flower. And you want to do this all the way around. So the little half flowers with a chain 12 in between. I'll do that and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished my last repetition. So to finish off this row, we just want to do a chain 12 and then do a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the row. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now into the very first single crochet of the row, we're going to do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 6. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread the ends through. I obviously want to make it like look flat, so just to show you what that looks like. A really beautiful snowflake. Okay, so this is a little hard to show you by doing this. I'm just gonna take a video and show you when it's flat. So here it is. It's this beautiful 6-point snowflake. I used quite thin cotton, so it's a little flimsy, but if you were to use thicker material, I think that would be a good call so that it is a little bit more sturdy. But it's really pretty. It's got these like flowers on the edges, kind of like half flowers. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.